Okay, so thanks for those introductions. Great to hear those. We're going to move a little bit more onto the business evolution of the brand and the vision for the future. Howard, you talked earlier about how the business is split across many entities globally. You have the manufacturing arm and you've got the digital arm. But what brings us here today is talking about the digital arm expanding into Malaysia, which is a really exciting point for a majority of our audience. So yeah, if you can just give us some headlines around, strategically how you see the future and what the plans for the brand are.
I think the real strategy aspect of bringing it to Malaysia, one, obviously we're based in Malaysia. We have the great experience of being here for over 20 years. But it's also the concept of bringing together the two individual entities of manufacturing and retail into one more singular, seamless business structure where you have manufacturing and retail integrated seamlessly through SOP to provide a better service, and not only a better service, but the ability to move into more environmental policies of circular economy and better service levels in terms of being able to control the different touch points within the business.
Fantastic, thanks Howard. And Amy, to complement that with your role in all of this?
What's exciting about my role is not just I get to localize British brand, but also to be part of this one-of-a-kind sort of a pioneer project,
yes.
You see, because I've had experience working in retail, fashion brands and whatnot, and we are always at the mercy of our suppliers, right? And by working in furniture choice, I've got the ability to control that as well. And obviously how it speaks about circular economy, we really can deliver because we are at every touch points. We don't rely on other parties. We don't have a third party that we are heavily reliant on. Everything is in-house. So,
got it.
Our offerings very optimized and our processes very optimized, and as best we can to keep the brand promise.
Okay, so there's a shift in business model there you refer to. For the benefit of our audience, could you sort of clarify what you may mean by circular economy? That's actually a really interesting point, I think.
Yeah, circular economy is a really interesting concept, certainly from an environmental point of view. So circular economy is the idea where you're going to be able to take a product and reuse it back in your own environment again and then reuse it through process. So a great example for furniture, in fact any product to be honest, is packaging. So packaging, typically, whether you bought a TV or a sofa, you're going to open up the product and you're going to throw away the packaging that's going to go to landfill. Within our environment, because we control the manufacturing and the distribution and the service level aspects of furniture and choice, those touch points all the way through from the beginning to the end, we can control the packaging material. When we deliver it through to the consumer, we can then bring it back to the business again and reuse it through the nature of the business, which basically means nothing goes to landfill at all.
Yeah.
That's cutting down millions of tons of waste in the process of the brand story.
Fantastic. Awesome, thanks for sharing that. So moving on to digital, which I think everyone's excited to hear about. One of the defining characteristics of Furniture and Choice Malaysia will be that it will be a digital first brand. So Amy, I'm going to lean into your expertise on this one a little bit as the sort of retail head for this business. Can you just give us a little bit of insight as to, first of all, why digital first, as if that needs answering, but it'd be good to hear. And also, headlines around your strategy for driving the brand through digital channels, etc., driving the product through digital channels more so.
Yeah.
Be really interested in your views on that.
I think obviously, everybody's saying digital first now, but for me, I actually would say that omni-channel strategy is the way to go because Furniture Choice is a new brand, all right? And the way Malaysian consumers are, they are very savvy, So what they do is at the point of discovery, you go digital. You go onto your socials, your influencers, just to sort of like get some confirmation, affirmation that yes, this is a real brand.
Yes.
And on that digital front, we are consistently improving our website experience, our digital touch points like social media, especially like Instagram, TikTok. Those are very key. Influencer collaborations. But like I say, omni-channel. Omni-channel means you have to also have some touch points on ground. So that's where we do have some pop-up experience hubs, participation with events, just so that people can see our products.
Yes.
And head on to the website and make their purchases there. We won't have a retail store per se. Because,
clearly that in itself is quite pioneering for the Malaysia market. Typically people have bought their furniture through physical retail experiences, so that in itself is quite pioneering. And what are your thoughts on that? What are the considerations around maybe introducing that more as a buying habit?
Yeah, I think once we have established ourselves, people won't second guess, you know, it wouldn't be as hard as a consideration, you know, because the quality is proven. And that's
Absolutely.
why content is a big part of our digital marketing strategy.
Absolutely.
You know, the more content you push out, the more affirmations you get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Familiarity with the brand.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks, Amy.
You could have the most amazing product in the world, the most amazing service in the world. But if nobody knows about you, that's where the problem lies. So it's always about how do you build up the communication and how do you bridge the gap between the not knowing and the knowing.